Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're looking at OneVoice, a new AI technology that's designed to completely change how you talk to your hospital, your clinic, or even a nursing home.
So, let's kick things off with a problem that, well, I'm pretty sure we've all been there. You just need a quick answer, right? What are the visiting hours? Is my doctor in today? But instead, you get stuck in this maze of confusing phone menus, endless hold music, and getting transferred all over the place. It's a communication nightmare.
So in this explainer, here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll look at that big communication gap in healthcare. Then, we'll meet the two different AI agents that make up the solution. And finally, we'll take a peek under the hood to see how it all actually works.
And it's this gap, this really frustrating disconnect between patients who need answers and providers trying to give care. That is exactly what OneVoice is trying to fix.
So at its heart, OneVoice is all about using some specialized AI to make that conversation between you and the hospital just better. And it's not just about answering calls, no. It's about building a real, ongoing connection. And it does this with two really distinct parts. Now, this is where it gets really smart. The whole system is split into two jobs. On one hand, you have an AI whose job is to listen. That's the inbound agent handling all your calls and questions. And on the other hand, you have an AI whose job is to talk, an outbound agent that proactively calls you from the hospital.
All right, let's dig into that first one, the inbound agent. The best way to think about it is like a hospital receptionist who's on duty 24/7, never needs a coffee break, and literally has instant access to every bit of public hospital info.
And look, this isn't your average run-of-the-mill chatbot. It's powered by some pretty cool tech called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG for short. So what does that mean? Well, in plain English, it means the AI has basically read and memorized everything about one specific hospital. Its private docs, its schedules, its rules. So when you ask it something, it's not just guessing, it's pulling the answer straight from the source.
So what does that actually mean for you? It means you can pick up the phone or click a Call Us button online and just ask a question like a normal person. Hey, when can I visit my uncle in room 402? Or what days does the cardiology department see outpatients? And you get a real, instant, and, this is the key part, correct answer. No more phone trees. It's a beautiful thing.
And check this out. This is a great example of how smart the system is. Let's say you need to book an appointment. That's a bit more complex, right? Well, the first agent acts like a front desk person. It gets what you need, collects the basic info, and then does this really smooth handoff to a specialist AI that's built just for scheduling. That second AI then locks in the appointment and confirms it with you. All in one go, one single conversation.
Okay, so that's the inbound side. Now let's flip the coin and look at the outbound agent. This is where things get really proactive, because now the hospital is actually reaching out to you, often before you even know you need to call them.
And the hospital admins can use this for three big things. You've got marketing, for health checkup campaigns. You've got getting feedback from patients after they've been discharged. And then there's a really crucial one, helping manage your ongoing treatment and care.
And this is a big deal. For really complex treatments that need multiple visits, think chemotherapy or dialysis, the system basically becomes your personal health assistant. It knows you need to come in on day 1, day 7, and day 14, and it calls you automatically to get each appointment scheduled. This could be a total game changer for making sure people actually stick to their treatment plans.
Okay, so we've seen what it can do for patients. But you might be wondering, how does a hospital even manage a system this powerful? Well, let's pull back the curtain and take a look at the engine room. One of the most interesting things about how this is all designed is this idea that all the medical history can be put in a single paragraph. Just think about that for a second. Instead of a million different boxes and rigid fields, it's built on this really simple idea. Just treat a patient's entire medical story, their diagnoses, their prescriptions, their tests, as a block of text the AI can read and understand.
And what this does is give it amazing flexibility. An admin can literally just type in a patient's history, or, get this, upload a scanned document, and the AI just figures it out. And since none of the fields are mandatory, it can work with whatever info it has. This gives the AI all the context it needs to have a genuinely personal and helpful chat with a patient.
When it comes to managing all this, they've kept it super simple. You've got a super admin at the top. They handle the main account setup and the money, the credits for the calls. Then they create hospital admins who do the day-to-day stuff, like managing patients and campaigns. It's just a clean, two-level system, nice and easy.
And the whole thing runs on a credit-based model. You know, pay as you go. Every inbound or outbound call uses up some credits. And if the account balance gets low, say it drops below that 20% mark, boom, an automatic email goes out to both the hospital admin and the super admin. It's a simple way to make sure the lights always stay on.
Okay, and this number one here, it's probably one of the most important points, especially when you're talking about healthcare data. It means that every single hospital gets its own private lockdown installation of the software. It's a tech concept called single tenancy, and what it guarantees is that Hospital A's data will never ever mix with Hospital B's data. It's all about total separation and security.
So, all of this really leads to one big final question, doesn't it? As technology like OneVoice keeps getting better and better, bridging that gap between what we need as patients and what hospitals can provide, you have to wonder what the future of patient care is going to sound like. Could an AI, a really smart and empathetic one, actually become the main, most helpful voice for our hospitals and doctors? It's a pretty wild thought, but definitely one worth thinking about.